Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Happy birthday. Well, close to. I'm doing this on the Tuesday before the sun goes into September, which is the 23rd. I believe it's a little late in the year, but that's cool. I am a Virgo Sun. I have 4 planets. I have my Sun, Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto. There's some heavy-duty conjunctions there. So as always, I've asked my guides to please at least keep my awareness of my part in this reading out of it until I do the edits. It's hard to not read yourself while you're doing it, but I really ask them that. And isn't that a Virgo thing? I'm here to serve. So as long as I stay focused on service, and I have a feeling that's for all of us Virgos, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for September, because the sun going through Virgo, it really does empower us. And you know, I got a Pisces moon, so I was born on the full moon. So the full moon in September is a big deal for me personally. So yeah, have your chart done if you haven't. There are a lot of good free sites on there, but you know, sometimes just going to a professional astrologer is best. And if you need one, let me know. I know one. There are a bunch that I know, but I have my own personal astrologer. Her name is Michelle, the astrologer. She's great. She's Capricorn. She's thorough, hardworking astrologer. So yeah, so email me at jointhecircle@gmail.com. And if you'd like a reading by me, you know, I'm not an astrologer. I speak the language fluently, but I'm not an astrologer. Ooh, all that math. No thanks. Know your strengths, right? Know your weaknesses. Yeah, just look at my info in the box below, and please like and subscribe. And my subscribers, thank you so much. We've been getting so many subscribers over, you know, the past 28 days. That's how you can check the analytics. So I'm really happy that this is serving and people are liking it. And please, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, particularly if something clicks, because I'm putting out content pretty much daily now. Long reads, short reads, right? Anything that serves, because that's my only way through. And man, I'm going to be 51 years old, September 6th, hard to say, with the Angel's Gap. And 50 was a pain in the ass. It was devastation, destruction, desolation, dreams not coming true, but redirected into such a good, magnificent place that it's not even about belief in the divine plan. My experience of the divine plan was really made solid. So let's see, this could be the year. Like, we already paid the check, now let's eat the meal, right? So let's dive in here. They gave me a little bit of a different way of reading it moving forward, because I'm always learning. There's always a learning curve with me. So you'll like this. You're going to get more information. We're going to go deep, but we're going to start with one card from each of my regular decks. We'll start with Caroline Myss Archetypes. Here we go. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Please show us the dominant archetype for the Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective on the path of true love for September 2019, an archetype that they're dealing with within themselves, a soul power for them to develop and focus upon. The servant. Oh my goodness gracious, you saw, I didn't have my eyes closed, but I was looking up. Oh my God, I wouldn't cheat on that. Oh my God, we are the servants of the zodiac. So yeah, I guess my spiritual practice, I had a little emotional exorcism today, loving what rises and divine inner child work and all that stuff. So serve, but remember, serve yourself. And we will get to that. I will read that one. How can I not read that one? So on the nosy, Parker Posey. All right, so my angels, we're off to a really clear start. Thank you. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the collective, the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs of Sun. My angels, I love saying it clearly. Help me. My angels, please, one card in overview for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Energy's a little jumpy. Woo! Please, an overview, my angels. Please, 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 for the Virgos. Retreat! Run away! Run away! Yay! How much you want to bet this has to do with us serving ourselves? And I'm trying not to put myself in this reading, but that's a little too spot on pour moi. Let's ask the gods. Now, Dionysus is the lifelong sitter in the throne of Virgo for me. He's my natal patron, the god of the vine, the god of ecstasy, the god of transcendence. Obviously, the god of wine and theater and all that stuff too, but it's all about transcendence, right? And boy, is that power easy to abuse. He's my hedonist, my god's servant hedonist archetype. So Dionysus or anybody else who wants to, my gods. Hey, y'all, back there, up there, in here. One card, please, for the Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, please. Some clarity. We've got a servant in retreat. This one. And criticism. Gee, what else are we fucking known for? But criticism, not all about naggy either. That's the shadow side. But, you know, the Nine of Blades. Think of the Nine of Blades in the Rider-Waite, right? It's like bound, focus. But this is just, there's another card in this deck for, it's the Three of Blades. It's called Focus. I know we often think about it as heartbreak, but I love how she reinterpreted. That's a beautiful card, but this is the Nine of Blades. This is about a focus and perhaps an internal, the arrows are pointing inward. I'll get to it. I'm going to go through them all once they're all out, like I do. My masters, lovely conversation this morning. Thank you so much for your help, as always. Serve me so I can serve. I got it. They serve me so I can serve. Got it. So please, one card here for all love and compassion for the Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. Please, a clue, a tip, a hint, an indication. Interesting, giving oneself. Now, this is all so very Virgo. Like I would even say, like, if there was an angel card in this deck that spoke Virgo, it's that one, right? Retreat. Not necessarily run away, tactical retreat, strategic retreat, healing of the self, self-care. It's how we stay in balance, Virgo. We have to balance that. But with that card of criticism, we need to do it in detail. Like, we really need to kind of weed the garden, I think, internally and maybe even externally. Let's see. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, a whisper of love. Whisper of true love, since this is a path of true love reading, for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. Oh no, it's my bracelet. I thought my cats were futzing under the table. It's Persephone. One more time, please. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. I'm glad we're having fun. I was a little bit dreading this one. Please, angels, gods, and masters. One card, a whisper of true love for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Honesty is essential. No shit. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Now, isn't that just the truth? That, you know, I always go back to the Dalai Lama. I say, Your Holiness. He says, what? What's that quote you say about truth? He says, truth without compassion is brutality. So to me, that's what honesty is. Honesty is brutal honesty, but that's not it, right? Compassionate honesty is to speak the truth in a loving manner. How would love say this? How would true love say this, right? Might be something you say to yourself, might be being honest with ourselves, might be being honest with another, might be finally revealing that which has been hidden that you really connect with while in retreat. So what an interesting implosion of duality here, of paradox imploding, that we've got the servant. Really, if there was going to be a Virgo card in the archetypes, this would be it, right? Every archetype has light and shadow. Thankfully, it's like thumbnail sketches here. But remember, with any of these cards, this is just scratching the surface. Archetypes you can interpret forever. That's why it's so important to not just do it intellectually, my Virgos. It's to contemplate it, bring it into the soul, the heart, really contemplate it, feel it. You're looking for energetic dynamic, not just, oh, that makes sense. That's a good place to start, though. So the light attribute. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And boy, have I hit that as of late, particularly doing these YouTube videos, these readings. I've really been delighting in it. So I can feel that it is service. I'm doing it for service, yes, to get myself out there so that, yeah, I get paid for my reading. This is what I do for a living. But with really a free and loving heart. I'm enjoying it so much, and every client that I've met, let's see, we've had Saskatchewan, we've had Florida, one in Australia. I mean, like, that wouldn't have happened unless I was doing this, so blessed be. The shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. And, you know, have I been stuck in that for the past year since my company nearly, well, it was devastated, but no one rises from the ashes quite like a Virgo, and no one rises from the ashes quite like Angelo Lyons. Just take a little less ash with you when you reconstitute. It's how I lost the weight. And boy, that is actually really, well, it's not that true. It's symbolically true. You know, people say literally, oh, doesn't that drive you up a wall? And people go literally. It's like, no, symbolically. It's like, this card, literally, you're going to drown. It's like, no, you're going to symbolically drown. Get the difference. Critical. So we've got that servant card, that here, you know, there's this opportunity to really serve, but of course to serve ourselves as well as others. And I will say there's a contradiction there with the giving of oneself, but with retreat, pull back, go into the castle of your soul. Saint Teresa envisioned it, and this is how I envision it: a castle sculpted from a single diamond, housing 7 mansions. All right, now I've added to that because clairvoyant. That my soul, the diamond castle walls are 100 feet high and 10 feet thick with a drawbridge. So when I cross, I mean, we are the soul, but there's something about walking across the drawbridge and pulling it up behind you, and being alone with your angels, your gods, your masters, your pantheons, your soul. Right? Something about that, pulling inside, self-service, because service to the self is service to the gods if it's about healing, right? And specifics here, we're talking about microscopic. So if you are feeling bound, right, you know, I can't help but not refer back to the Rider-Waite Tarot, the magnificent work of Pamela Coleman Smith, who did all of that work for us and laid down a structure of tarot that was more than just 10 crossed swords, right? Or in this case, you know, 9 crossed swords. We've got that blindfolded woman, right? Just bound, just mental lockdown, mental gridlock. But with this retreat, with, you know, this servant archetype, that's to me really saying go within, go yin, go within, focus. That this is about perhaps some detail work, about breaking a chain, about breaking probably a self-imposed chain. But then with this contradiction, see, this is contradictory to me to an extent, because we're getting retreat, but with giving of yourself, right? Giving oneself, that can be done in retreat. Trust me. I have a video on the channel from one of my gray streams called Blessing Binge, or Binge Blessing. It's something that I do every day, some days, depending on what's on my Virgo checklist. But like, I really do try and be a blessing, literally to sit there and I'll light a cigarette, what I call a blessing butt. That's really how I'm only trying to smoke when I'm in prayer and blessings, how I cut down so much, that it is a sacred act, and it's something that no one else sees me do. And even if I'm in public and I'm doing it right, like standing on a corner, because you can't smoke inside anywhere anymore. It's fine, I get it. You know, you can be doing that at a bus stop. You can be doing it anywhere, but again, you don't need the cigarette. That's just a magical tool, a sacred tool for me at this point. So that giving of oneself from retreat, because the blessings have to come through us, you see. That yes, everybody's blessed, but when you volunteer as a servant of blessing, right, you say, all right, well, it blesses you too. And when you bless all hearts, when you bless all minds, when you bless all beings, when you bless all souls. That's us too. You're included. It is, blessings are inclusive. This is essentially fifth dimensional consciousness, that you are being a conduit. Oh, you know, I don't like that word, channel. You're going to be a conduit. Beloved masters of the one. You know, we're not going there. Not in these readings, at least. I can channel. I just do it so fucking seamlessly. People don't catch on until me, usually later. It's like, oh my God, that was them. It's not possession, it's aspecting. There's a different thing there. But again, giving of oneself. All right, my gods, my masters, I'm here. Use me. Use me. You know, and Oprah's not the first one to say it, but she's the one that really put that into the zeitgeist. To go, okay, God, Spirit, use me. Use me. Because the spirit that you're asking to use you is the higher self, the gods, the masters, all that stuff. And that's why honesty with the self is really essential. That if you are going to do this retreat to serve yourself so that you can serve others, we have to refill our own cups. You got to be honest about that. I put out more than I take in, and I am burned out, tired, angry, frustrated, jealous, and perhaps feeling a little unwanted. Taken for granted. It's okay. Everybody feels that way, but if anybody's going to feel that way, why not the servant of the zodiac? It's okay. It's not ultimately true. If it was ultimately true, you would feel that, and it would feel like satisfying. It's not ultimately true that everything you serve the collective, and you are part of the collective. Don't separate yourself out from the collective. Yes, cross your legs when you need to. My legs are absolutely crossed under the table right now. Oh, and by the way, do you like the little piece of Ren Fair I wore for you? Totally forgot. Put this on for us, right? We are pure as the driven snow, us Virgos, except for summer babies. And there ain't no snow nowhere. We are driven snow. Prissy snow. Sorry, Three's Company flashback there. So to be honest with yourself, that, you know, that there is a way of balancing serving yourself and serving others at the same time. Blessing is just the way that I do it. It's not the only way I do it. But with this card of criticism, you know, just if you're hung up, if you're mentally fixed and focused, fixated, go within, because the 9 leads to a 10, and 10 is resolution. And in this deck, it's a lovely card moving from the 9 to the 10. It's not that face down in the mud with 10 swords in your back. It's about all the pieces of the puzzle coming together in mental resolution. So the moving from a 9 to a 10 here makes sense. Good. So looking at our first line, we've got a servant in retreat, focusing. Remember, that word criticism has a lot of colloquial everyday meaning that need not apply here. If you're being self-critical, retreat and go, well, what's that to heal? About giving oneself, and in the process of giving to oneself as well as giving of oneself with honesty. And with any communication, do not communicate. Do not send a missive. Isn't that what they are? Text messages. You don't want a drunk text right now. For the month. Sorry, my nose is itching. I hope that doesn't mean cokeheads. I doubt it does. It means my mustache hair has gone a little wiggly on me. Isn't a text message just like launching an arrow over the castle wall? It's like, I'm not leaving, but here, I'm fine. Now that's great. Be honest and ask the question, say the prayer, do the spell, light the candle. How would love communicate this honestly? And don't say a fucking word until your heart, at least you feel your heart open a little bit. And remember, the Virgo's greatest friend is first draft. Never send your first draft. Edit, 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 edit. So now here's what we're going to do. This is new. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now take, because I've been saying, what deck do you want me to use? And they showed me this last night when I read myself. I was like, oh, yes, I read myself, but it wasn't a Path of True Love reading. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down a tarot card underneath this card of retreat, and then one under giving oneself. So we're going to have each consecutive line, so there will be one of each of the 3 decks. We're going to leave the archetype and the whisper of love alone. If I need to pull another one, I'll know too. Good. My gods, please, can you please clarify this angel card of retreat for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Retreat to, retreat from. Oh, Ace of Blades. Now look, what did I just say, right? The 9 of Blades, it's very easy to move into the 10. That makes your 10 right there. So resolution. So in retreat, the Ace of Blades, the Sibyl, the Oracle of Delphi, a new channeling comes in, a new idea, the crown chakra opens and a new thought comes in. Can this mean communication? I see a lot of times where the Ace of Blades saying a new communication, possibly, considering that honesty is essential, is going on here as well. That's pretty damn cool. So while I'm here with the gods in my hands and mine and me and theirs, my gods, please, for this giving of oneself, you know, is this giving to oneself? Is this giving of oneself? Please, my gods. The card of clarity. For this card of the Masters, giving oneself, please, for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, September 2019, strength. Giving of oneself, giving to oneself, doesn't matter with the major arcana card of strength, right? This is about the open heart. This is about courage. And so let's be clear, giving of oneself might take courage, certainly. Giving of oneself might take courage to follow the heart. But remember, if you're doing this behind castle wall, you're doing this in retreat, you can really pour your heart out and no one needs to know. Yeah, I hear my guide saying it's like, switch the current of energy through that, it's hexing. Yeah. But look, I'll put this on. We've heard this thousands of times. A witch has to know how to hex to learn how to heal, because it's the same movement of energy. It's just the quality and the intention of the energy that's different. So to give of oneself from strength, you know, what a major arcana card there to have, that this is going to make you stronger. This is going to allow more divine, true love energy. You know, I've been having these glimpses that twin flame contracts and soulmate contracts, that the twin flame is very much the first level of power, the literal world, the lower three chakras, right? Turbulent, transformative, kind of transforming and burning away the third dimensional stuff that we've had to deal with and go through since, well, maybe all of our incarnations clearing up in this life, but at least this one, right? Soulmate, very much second level of power, heart, throat, third eye, crown, very much that interior world, that satisfying, help each other heal kind of thing. But that now, you know, there's that eighth chakra, and they're like, that's where the true lovers are. Right? It is a fifth dimensional patterning that is without the illusion of separation, where you become love. So if that's where the path is leading, I'm going to tell you something, Virgos. I don't know if it's particularly for us, but it's particularly for me. Don't forget, the object of the game is not to get somebody, right? It's not to be married or whatever the external goal appears to be. That's fine. That's the carrot calling you forward. But the ultimate purpose of all of this is to become unconditionally loving. And that card, the strength card, right? It is our nature. It is our nature to serve with an open heart, but our nature has been written upon. It's okay, everybody's has. But what's written in your heart? Because you didn't write what's written in your heart. Do you know that? Your heart's desires, you didn't give them to you? Contracted, branded in your heart, so to speak. And yes, layers and levels of that as you heal and grow. The dream, the heart's desires evolve as well. Let's get some, oh, no. I see you want me to complete that line. I can do that. So for this one, let's go, let's go to the Masters. Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it. Okay. My Masters, please, this card of criticism. Please, one card of clarity. For the tarot card of the Nine of Blades, criticism, that interior focus. Oh, I feel that. What are they focusing on? A clue, a tip, a hint, please. For the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. What are they focusing on? Floating on air. I got that in my own cards today. That's interesting. Considering, you know, I've already put out another one. That card could have jumped there if it was just at a weird angle, but I really shuffle it when I shuffle the crap out of these decks when I bless them. So floating on air, like that makes sense. Go behind the castle wall, because you might be having some transcendental experience. All right, Dionysus, you might absolutely be tuning into that true lover thing. Now everybody has access to it, but it's a question of your circuitry? Is your nervous system able to handle that kind of sort of thing where you're floating on air? That your heart is so open. Oh my God, that this Ace of Blades gets you floating on air and your heart and your courage activates. Whew. September going to be our month, isn't it? All right, let's keep clarifying that. So we've got one there, we got there. I need one for under the retreat and the Ace of Blades. Please, my masters, one card to clarify. The Angel card of retreat, the Tarot card of the Ace, the One of Blades, the Sybil. Please, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Naughty! What are you doing behind them castle walls, my Virgo? A naughty thought. Now, it's so funny because in this deck, naughty is not one of the womp womp cards, at least how they were drawn and organized. They're one of the luck cards, that there's something very naughty and lucky, that maybe this is like a secret retreat, a secret little getaway, which means maybe with that giving of oneself, you're not doing this alone. Maybe this is a retreat with another person. And let's not go immediately sexual romantic here. I know it's so easy to pigeonhole every single reading that way when it's a relationship-based one. But again, not necessarily so. Loving of oneself, giving of oneself in service, the servant archetype. But with a touch of naughty there, I really like that. Why are they saying that's more than a touch? Yes, it's connected to the retreat to get that Sybil, that new thought, that new idea, that new beginning of thought. But naughty, I love that word. Where else we going? I need to pull some angel cards here, right? I need an angel card for there and for there. Okay, I like this system. I'm always learning. Mutable earth, we're always shifting, we're shifting sands of time like sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our past lives. My angels, please, a card of clarity then for this Nine of Blades floating on air, because very contradictory. Can I say, intellectually speaking, not so much intuitively speaking, but intellectually speaking, the Virgo that I am, having studied tarot since I'm 12, that idea of the Nine of Blades, criticism, bound, that sort of intense focus with floating on air, very contradictory. So please, a clue, a tip, a hint for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Through self-acceptance, that there is a contradiction there, that through really focusing on self-acceptance. Now, I'm going to give you a little personal thing. Instead of saying, I accept, I accept, I accept, think that what needs to be accepted here is like a little child inside of you that doesn't want to hear you accept, wants to hear, it's okay. You don't say, I accept that you are upset, child. How fucking clinical. Virgo. We can be that way. But it's like, no, it's okay. It's okay that you're upset. It's okay that you're tired. It's okay. I love you. What would love do? That's honest and essential, because you know what? It is okay. Why is it okay? Because it's what you're feeling. And it's just necessary. It's part of the healing. Sorry, we need one more of these. So wow, the critical focus, self-acceptance, floating on air. That's pretty cool. And also floating on air means that there is, again, a transcendent thing. You're seeing this from a higher place. So it's so funny. The implosion of paradox here of while you're at this height, you're also critically focused. Now, critical, let's be clear, think critical care unit, think critical thinking, think critical math, think critical mass, right? It's specific. Like, what is it to make something go critical mass? It's like that one little extra joined to it, and boom. My angels, let's clarify, please, this giving of oneself with strength. Please, my angels, a card of clarity for the Love Pet card from the Masters, giving oneself, and the Tarot card of strength, please, for Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Archangel Michael, oh, the truth. Giving oneself with strength, speaking your heart, speaking the truth. because honesty is essential. Oh, fuck balls. All right, I'm pulling another one of these. There's no way I'm not pulling one of these. I'm going to put it under that servant. So please, and overall, my angels, gods, and masters, please, 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 one card overall for the Virgo. We're considering all of this, if it can be tied together. My angels, gods, and masters, please, a whisper of true love for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. May they be blessed with whatever this is. New love! Ding, 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 ding. Someone new might be walking in. Someone new might be walking in. Again, does not have to be romantic. But maybe this new love is a renewal of a love. Someone comes back, right? Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or your spiritual growth. Does it matter? Does it matter the form? That my servant, my beautiful servant archetype Virgos, that you are birthing new love. That you have that now the floating on air makes sense. Now the naughtiness, because there might be a little covert action there, but it's not toxic covert action. This is really about your service in this life as a light being. But look, we get light worker burnout, I think, a little bit faster than other signs because we are hardwired, astrologically speaking, soul contract wise, to serve. But there is something very, very clear here. Although the Hermit card did not show up, that card of retreat is enough for me to say time to pull back, right? That in September there is a taking care of themselves, even if it's not hermitage. You know, the thing about the hermit is not banished. It's not someone in exile. The hermit goes willingly, that there's a calling inward. But that does not mean necessarily isolation, that one can retreat on vacation. One can retreat for their birthday. Nowadays, for me, retreat is sometimes as easy as hitting airplane mode on my phone, like, because everybody, you know, that Billy Squire song, Everybody Wants You, it's like, that's been a theme song in my life, but not necessarily in the way I always wanted it to be. When you're good at what you do, right? You know, in Virgos, we usually become masters at what we do, but grain of sand by grain of sand, we build a castle. So, oh, it's so deep. So sandy. Oh, sandy. Sorry, John Travolta channeled through me. Stay in there, hang in there, my Virgos. I'm gonna bless y'all. I'm gonna bless myself in this too. Let's do this, but this is really, really, really helpful. It's helpful for me. I'm trying to stay out of it, and I kind of can't not. So here we go. Let's take a breath, take a moment. Ground and center. Roots down into the earth. Imagine growing down from the base of your spine and the soles of your feet. Putting both feet flat. These roots breathing down, in, down, through the earth, connecting to the heart of Mother Earth, the very core. And we breathe up her love, her light. And as we breathe down, the stars, the sun, the skies. Focused in the heart, balanced in the heart, joined within the heart. It's from this place I offer this prayer of blessing. My angels, gods, and masters, please bless the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019, that they may have all that they need, the servants that they are in retreat, that they may get their critical mind focus on giving of oneself and to oneself with honesty, to be honest with themselves, to give honesty, to speak truth with compassion to themselves in loving ways. That this retreat, that this Ace of Blades, this download, this new concept, this newness, this new thought comes into them, and that they can enjoy some of that naughty with it. This naughty new thought that comes to them in retreat, that really, as they focus upon it with their genius, cutting edge critical minds, are floating on air with self-acceptance that what they want may indeed feel naughty, but it may very well be part of the path of true love, that they can experience that divine, true, pure love, divine energy, essence, unconditional love filter through them and out to the world through the blessings that they give of themselves behind castle walls. and that this giving of themselves be done courage, that they receive the strength and the courage and the support of the angels, gods, and masters as needed, with Archangel Michael of truth there, cutting them free of chains of illusion, setting all things to right, revealing what has been hidden, and bringing true love to light. So may this new love bless them, whether it's a new person walking on to the stage of their life, or someone returns with a renewal of love, a reunion, a reconciliation, or if it's just a new experience of love for ourselves, love for the divine, to not just experience divine love, but to be divine love. Well, then what more could we ask? All of that and more in that one thing, to be the love we truly are. May all beings be blessed with that. My angels, gods, and masters, may all of life be blessed with that. Thank you. So mote it be. My Virgo brothers and sisters, I feel ya. This looks good. This looks really good, I gotta say. Do the work, right? It's what we do. It's what we came in to do. And remember, you were chosen to play this role. Your soul was chosen to play this Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for September 2019. So yeah, work it, but work it for yourself. And if you have to, put your thing down, slip it, and reverse it. Naughty. I love you. I wish you well. Please like and subscribe. Every like, every subscribe, every comment serves. It serves. It's how the algorithm works, apparently. So the millennials are telling me. So they say, ask people to do it. You're having so much fun. You're giving your best here. They'll do it. So do it. Just do it. How Nike, Goddess of Victory. So thank you so much for your time, for letting me strut and fret my hour, if it's been an hour. But for now, I wish you really happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday, all you sun signs. But for now, hail, 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 farewell behind castle walls, and then come out of it. And blessed, blessed, blessed pirate shirt, Ren Fair, blessed, blessed, blessed baby.